Well, somehow, against all odds, Jack Doherty has actually managed to get worse. Today, we are once again forced to discuss the internet's reigning champion of bad decisions, a man so universally disliked that even Neon gets more love. If you have no idea who Jack Doherty is, first of all, congratulations. Your life has been blessedly free of this little gremlin up to this point. Because a lot of what this guy has been up to should have landed him in jail. But don't worry, as the video goes on, we thankfully get there.
Yo, what the f***? Not funny anymore, right?
Because Jack is what I like to call a public menace streamer. A special breed of internet pest who wanders around in public, live streaming his every move, harassing strangers, and generally being the human equivalent of a mosquito that just won't die. And trust me, Jack is right at the top of the list of most annoying streamers. Now Neon, who is also at the top of that list, has had his fair share of beef with Jack in the past. It all started when Jack recruited Neon's girlfriend to join OF, and Jack took a cut of the earnings. But in recent events, Neon has come out with some pretty crazy accusations.
Underage girls on yachts and taking percentages of them. You will be going down, my brother. You will be going down. I never had any real problem with you until now, so you will be going down. Underage girls on a yacht, making them drink. I know everything about you, and I got this. I got this.
Which, I mean, given the type of business Jack runs, I could believe this. Damn, I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with Neon on something. Now, unfortunately, this isn't the first time Jack has been accused of doing some sketchy things. In one instance, he was seen on a live stream convincing a 16-year-old to join OF.
The fact that they're trying to get a girl to make an OnlyFans, like,
We don't watch it. No one wants to buy. I'm just saying, like, you might as well.
Like, bro, these guys are just scum. Jack tried to justify his actions by saying he wasn't the one who invited her over and that he was told she was 18. But this kid is the king of dodging responsibility. If you can't yet see why he's the most hated person on the internet, don't worry, I have more in store for you. Because Jack managed to stoop even lower. It's like he somehow always finds new and innovative ways to be a complete disaster. And now he's done something so weird, so creepy, so beyond any rational thought process that I genuinely believe we as a society need to hit the emergency eject button and launch this guy into space. So a video of Jack recently resurfaced, and let me tell you, it's really bad. So in the clip that I'm going to have blurred in the background, shows Jack holding a literal his head in his hand while lip syncing to Future's verse in King's Dead. The lyrics, let's just say they're about activities that a toddler should never be involved in. I can't stress this enough. Who wakes up and thinks, you know what would make a great video? Using a baby as my hype man for a song about adult activities. There is no timeline, no alternate universe where this is even remotely okay. The worst part, he's fully committed, holding the kid's head, doing exaggerated lip syncing, and shifting the camera between his face and the baby's, like it's some kind of duet performance. Look, I didn't think I needed to say this, but apparently I do. Do not make babies lip sync to songs about this shit. That's it. Like, where's even the slightest of common sense? But after this video, you can find the clip on X if you want, because the entire internet is outraged over this, and rightfully so. But just wait, there's more. Imagine being such an irritation that you get a whole ass cruise ship to sing goodbye as you getting kicked off the ship. Yep, Jack and his posy of imbeciles managed to piss off an entire cruise ship to the point where they wanted to throw them overboard. You would think Jack would take this as a learning lesson, but nope, this was the brat's response.
Hey, dumbasses, I have a private jet back to Florida tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? I could not care less. You guys have to get 24 hours on that ship to get home. I got an hour flight on a PJ. I can bring whatever the fuck I want.
It seems Jack is the master of getting kicked out of places, as not too long ago, Jack tried to get into a club using a fake ID.
If you use me as content, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. So I advise you to walk away, all right? Don't use me as content.
It got to a point where even Jack's own bodyguard decided it was time for Jack to leave. But hey, props to the bouncer for how he dealt with this situation. Man was standing on business while still being polite and professional.
Once again, I advise you to leave it alone, all right, buddy? All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So at this point, we have to ask ourselves, why is Jack still allowed on social media? We've seen people banned for way less. There are YouTubers who got kicked off the platform for things they didn't even do on YouTube. But somehow, Jack, a guy whose entire career is built on being the most insufferable person alive, is still around. Even Twitch and Kick, platforms that will tolerate a lot, finally said, nah, this dude is too much. If even the sites that let people gamble their life savings away in real time think you're a problem, you are the problem. But YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they're just letting this dude continue business as usual. At some point, don't we have to draw a line? I mean, everything we've mentioned so far is an indication of who Jack is as a person, and probably should have got him arrested. But buckle up, because in these next few stories, the cops actually did show up, and Jack did actually end up being arrested. But before we get into that, what is Jack's actual claim to fame? Well, by pretty much being the internet's most annoying instigator. He walks up to random people, starts arguments, calls them names, and then, like a true warrior, hides behind his bodyguard the second things get spicy. That's right. He quite literally pays someone to take punches for him. Imagine being such an elite level coward that you outsource your own beatdowns. But speaking of beatdowns, Jack is facing a lawsuit because his bodyguard sucker punched a guy at a Halloween party in LA. And to no one's surprise, the guy sued Jack and his bodyguard. Jack the genius thought it would be a good idea to try claim this from his renter's insurance, to which they obviously denied his claim. I mean, this guy can't be for real.
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
But now let's talk about the Bop House. Yes, that's what it's actually called. So apparently Jack now rents that house for all his OnlyFriends girls. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm paying
80 grand a month
for a place, I would at least be following the rules. But not Jack. Jack doesn't do rules. Jack thinks rules are suggestions, guidelines, optional reading, you know. So, long story short, the landlord wants Jack out. I know, shocker, right? Who would want this little gift to society out of their property? So, yeah, the guy gets kicked out, and suddenly it's a sob story. He's out here acting like the universe personally has a vendetta against him. Bro, you broke the rules and now you're confused about why consequences exist. That's like eating a whole cake and being shocked that you haven't lost weight. And the refund drama? Oh, don't even get me started. He's out here demanding his money back like he's returning a defective toaster. Newsflash, buddy. This isn't a 30-day return policy at Walmart. The contract said what it said, and now you want a refund because you got caught. The entitlement is off the charts. And let's not forget the Claire situation. Oh, poor Jack thinks Claire is out to get him. Maybe, just maybe, Claire is tired of dealing with your dumbass. Maybe she's had enough of your I do what I want energy. Ever think of that? Probably not, because self-awareness is about as foreign to Jack as reading a lease agreement. The cherry on top, the cops show up. And instead of realizing, hey, maybe I should just shut up and leave quietly, not make this worse, Jack is out here negotiating like he's on an episode of Pawn Stars.
Alright, pal. Alright.
20 minutes
Yeah, pal.
to pack up and
Yeah,
be off the
even-
property.
Alright. Let me get 30.
Bro, the cops don't do counter offers. They're not sitting there thinking, 30 minutes sounds fair. No, they want you gone. Period. And this isn't the first time the cops showed up at Jack's house. Remember the McLaren crash, where he literally filmed himself reading chat while driving his supercar in the pouring rain, And then in the most iconic self-awareness moment Jack has ever had, said this,
Literally, guys, you can't see shit. I'm most likely going to crash this car.
and boy did he. The unfortunate part was that Jack had his cameraman Michael in the car, who sustained some pretty bad injuries. But Jack being Jack only cared about filming the whole situation.
Michael, here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
And because he wanted to film everything, karma came back in the most satisfying way. A few days later, a cop showed up at Jack's house handing him a citation. Jack was lucky, as this could have been a lot worse for him. He literally filmed himself committing a crime. However, he wasn't so lucky when he tried pulling off one of his dumbest stunts yet. Jack decided to walk around in public drinking non-alcoholic beer, pretending to be drunk and being an irritation to everyone, well, actually just being himself, I guess, until he came across a group of police officers who didn't think the prank was funny. They arrested Jack and put him in the back of their vehicle. Honestly, I think it's time for Jack to pack it up. His audience is shrinking, his reputation is in the gutter, and he's already been booted off the platforms that tolerated him the longest. If there's any justice left in the world, he'll fade into obscurity soon, maybe even pick up a normal hobby, like knitting or tax fraud. But knowing Jack, he'll probably do something even dumber next week, because Jack has managed to speedrun the entire how to get cancelled checklist. Picking fights he can't finish, check. Crashing cars while texting, check. Getting banned from almost every social media, check. Posting videos that should get you cancelled, double check. Convincing underage women to drink and join OF, allegedly, but I could believe something like that. You see, Jack, it's all fun and games until you face real consequences that will land you up in jail, and considering your antics, they will have a field day with you in jail.